This is Chelsea Baggett, and this is my Cognitive Linguistics on-call notebook. So right here in the front, you will see my statement, just saying that all of my activities are free from bias in regards to pre-injury education, income level, ethnicity, languages spoken, religion, or cultural differences. Talks about the different levels of severity in my activities, and how they're tailored to meet the needs of each of my patients. And then at the end says that they have the right to refuse participation if they do find that it goes against their beliefs or there is any bias. Here are my prevention articles. And this one talks about preventing cognitive impairment up to 6 months after stroke. This one talks about prevention of Alzheimer's, dementia, and other late-onset neurodegenerative diseases. This one talks about different severity, causes, and outcomes of traumatic brain injury and prevention. The general education, what they understand about prevention and treatment of dementia, and prevention regarding traumatic brain injury. So here is my notebook. You can see my tabs. If they are green, it means they are an assessment. If they are orange, it means that they are flagged for severely impaired patients. If they're pink, they're flagged for strategies or handouts for patient and caregiver education. So first we have attention. My first assessment here is the Moss Attention Rating Scale. I also have the General Cognitive Assessment from CogniFit. It is an online cognitive assessment. This is a list of different card games you can play with your patients, ranging in levels of difficulty. Playing card Slapjack on the computer. This is through Constant Therapy. This one is a counting worksheet. It is flagged for more severely impaired patients. So, they count and practice writing the number, using their finger, whatever you need to do. This one I also have flagged for more severely impaired patients. It is skip counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s. This might be difficult for some, but I do find that it's easier to do these 2, 5s, and 10s versus serial subtraction or something with 7s or 9s or something like that. This one they have different coins. They get to tell how much money it is. These are quick 5 attention tasks, going up between alternating letters and numbers, giving words that start with letters of the alphabet. On this one they have to attend to all 5 pictures, tell which one is different. This one I flagged for patient and caregiver education. So this might be something I give upon initial contact with a patient following a brain injury. Talks about different strategies and things to remember when recovering from a brain injury in regards to attention skills. Self-monitor, one task at a time, things like that. Next we have memory. See, my assessment is the MMSE. This is a workbook, Help for Memory by Linguasystems. So we can talk about it. Goes on a lot of different types of memory, how to use aids to remember. This is another one, Results for Adults Cognition. As you can see, it has a lot of cognitive tasks in it, but it does have that short-term auditory visual memory, episodic memory. Study Blue. I thought this would be really good for college-aged kids following a brain injury. If they are able to continue college or studying, hook them up with this online, and they will have access to flashcards, notes, study guides for their classes. CogMed. This is an online working memory training. It is free. Mysteries of Memory worksheets. They get to watch videos. They get to learn about their brain, different types of memory. They get to play games, listen to stories, tell what happened, talk about memory strategies they can use in this lesson, and how to apply it to their life. This one I do have flagged for patient and caregiver education. This is some information about strategies to improve memory, this might be a good handout to go over before they're going home. Send them home with them. Ways to improve memory, remembering the different types of memory, exercise, sleep, things like that. This is a couple of strategies that you can use memory during therapy. Write it down, repeat it, associate it, picture it. This would be a good handout for them to keep. It is flagged for patient and caregiver education. You might use this to remember names, appointments, things like that. This is flagged for more severely impaired patients, particularly those with dementia. So this is a soccer ball that you can buy online or you can make it yourself. And they get to talk about different things. So wedding they remember, this will be a fun group therapy task. This is another one flagged for more severely impaired patients. It is targeting those memory skills through song lyrics. So you can tailor that to your patients. Next tab, we have orientation. And I also included some arousal in here. So the assessment I used was the MOCA. I know it has a lot of cognitive domains, so I did include it in the orientation. The GOAT, the Glasgow Coma Scale. Just feel like this is a good resource to kind of know how to score. That way if you see it in a chart or you ever have to use it, you know what it is. Same thing with this one. You can see waxing, waning, declining, improving. The scale here, their level of activity following a brain injury. This is flagged for education as well. Talks about different types of orientation, why it's important, some activities for rehabilitation orientation. So this is a fun little research project that somebody did in regards to orientation. So it talked about using orientation and targeting that first to help improve overall cognitive function. So you can see the list of resources they might use to help with orientation to person, to time, things like that. Calendar tests to help those more oriented to time. This is flagged for severely impaired patient. This is a PowerPoint that talks about working with the minimally conscious patient. So really working on that stimuli, those cues for alertness, things like that. So the simple communication page to help those more severely impaired that are not oriented to person. So they have a constant reminder, my name is, I have trouble communicating, some strategies that might work for them, yes and no. Next tab we have executive function. We have the slums. We have the Burns Right Hemisphere Inventory. Here's some more workbooks that I found from Linguist Systems. You can see all these safety problem solving. Yes and no. I did flag for severely impaired patients for that yes and no. The calendar task through constant therapy, just to work on interpreting, planning, managing their daily activities using a calendar. For higher level patients, working using Siri on their phone to kind of help them. This is a list of things you can use Siri for: mapping, sending text messages, calling, alarms, events, all that. This would be a handout to give out to kind of help facilitate delivery service for groceries, such as if a patient was not able to drive anymore. This is a great education handout as well, talking about different kinds of executive functions, how to improve it, some exercises, things like that. Last, we have language and pragmatics. So I did include the Burns Left for this portion, as well as the CLQT. This is another one that really just gives an overall view of cognitive function, but I did include it in the language portion. I did the Favre's task 3 and 4, using those reasoning skills, those discourse skills, problem solving, things like that. I did include that in language. Inferencing voicemail from Constant Therapy. I'm helping people listen, interpret voicemails. I'm using those language skills. What's in a bag activity. I did flag this for more severely impaired patients. It's kind of fun. You put things in a bag. You have them practice problem solving to figure out what it is, asking, answering questions, describing, things like that. Conversation bingo. Say your favorite food. When would you say thank you? Working on those discourse and problem solving skills. Problem solving, who's involved, how you can solve the problem. It kind of walks them through their steps. Social scenarios. You're trying to watch a movie, someone's being loud, what would you do? Following directions. I do have this flagged for severely impaired patients. And then snowman, you color it red. Working on following directions, paying attention to details, things like that. And then therapy task for sequencing. So I thought this would be really good for patients that are needing that extra sequencing to go along with language and executive function. This one walks through creating note cards with steps in order to prevent a fall. So how to get around and walk. You can do this with a variety of daily activity tasks. Alright, and that is my notebook.